Good evening, everyone. DSP here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Sunday, the 16th of August, 2026. A great return day, the first of a 6-day streak of streams for me here on the channel. Good variety of content today, good support, great unpackings of cards, great gameplay all around, an overall great day. Let's talk all about it. Today, I came back to a fun DSP, a fun Level 1 podcast, where we recapped the insane day and night that we had on Friday. Notably, the fact that there was so much support that we went through almost the entirety of the Dragon Ball box of cards in one day and got incredibly awesome hits, better than any other box I've ever opened before. It was actually the best pack rips I had ever done, value-wise and fun-wise, quite frankly, because the cards were also very awesome. Also, we talked about the insanely awesome stream of Dark Souls 2, where people supported to the point where we were going to continue on and start up a Dark Souls 2 DLC later in the week. But we also talked about how insanely dumb my detractors are, that they're so stupid that they didn't understand the sarcasm and joking in my post about that, thinking that actually I wasn't going to continue Dark Souls 2 because they're too dumb to have any level of reading comprehension. So we made fun of them for a good half hour on the podcast, and it was a ton of fun. Also, we just hung out. We talked about the future. We talked about what will happen this week dependent on support and how things go today with Super Mario Sunshine and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and more, okay? Then we did an awesome stream of Super Mario Sunshine, about 2 hours of gameplay, give or take, a little bit more, I think, than that. And basically, we got right to the rage-inducing moment. Do you remember in my original playthrough, the most rage-inducing moment was the very beginning of the game. At the very beginning, in that first level, after you already beat the first boss, he comes back with the ability to fly around the stage, and you have to be able to shoot him out of the air, land, dodge a ton of attacks and minions that are all attacking you at the same time. Then when he opens his mouth, before he quickly vomits and takes off again to fly, fill his mouth with water, ground pound his stomach, then do it all again 2 more times. It's actually insanely tedious. It's one of the most hard things to do in the game because the controls are bad. The controls are wonky and very, very weird. The camera constantly gets stuck. You can't see half the enemies coming for you. You need to quickly switch between modes of water. For an early game boss fight, it's nonsensical. It shouldn't be in the game like that. I could understand if that was halfway through the game or at the end. It's the second boss of the game. It's the second, time you're fighting that first boss. It's insane that it's in the game. So we got up to that point. It took me a while, but I beat him, and that's where we ended. People loved the stream. The attendance actually was quite high. The support, really good. So good that we finished up the box of Dragon Ball cards, and we did some bonus packs of Pokemon cards. Guess what? In those final few packs of Dragon Ball, we got 2 more hits, in addition to the 3 big hits I had already gotten last week, including this card, which actually is the best hit in the box. The difference is the promo card that was worth $148. That I'm not really including because that's not part of the standard set. That was just insane luck that was in there. But as part of the set, insanely rare pull, worth over $80 right here. And if you want to see it up in detail and everything, check out the DSP Pack Rips. It's a great video, okay? That was from earlier today, the first Pack Rips video. Overall, that box of cards, that Dragon Ball box of cards, just on the hits alone is over $330, and I paid under $200 for it, and I haven't even built the binder and added in the value of the other cards. That's a huge win for me. That was a great, great, great box of cards, okay? So, also today, more Yu-Gi-Oh cards arrived, and more One Piece cards arrived, all right? So, first stream went outstanding. On the late stream, it was time for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond to end, and basically, I said to everyone, if we have a well-supported stream tonight of the game, I will do some post-game content later in the week, and we'll see how that does and go from there. But if we don't get good support tonight, I'm just done with the game. We've played it like 40 hours. Definitely, I've noticed the attention has dwindled. Maybe it's time to move on, right? So how did it go? Well, honestly, at first, it didn't go great. We had decent support. It kind of faltered. Then all of a sudden, we got a surge of support, and then it kind of died out near the end of the stream. What was I doing on stream? Fighting the Elite Four, getting to the champion, losing. Fighting the Elite Four, losing. Fighting the Elite Four, losing. Fighting the Elite Four. finally getting through them at a reasonable time to get to the champion with enough resources to legit fight the champion. And finally, I had a really insane fight with the champion after insane amount of item use. And at the very tail end, basically, it was a war of attrition. The only reason I persevered is because the champion ran out of moves. Yeah, that's how long it took. I had to fight and survive until the champion ran out of moves to use in order to beat them. And I did beat them. So we did complete the base game of Pokemon tonight. And when that happened, some people tossed support at me to celebrate. And we had a great stream of support at the end. So I said, all right, we will later this week do a late stream of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. We'll do some post games, see what's there, and decide if we're going to continue on at that point or not. Because let's be honest, if we do a post game stream and no one shows up, we're not going to keep going. So then we actually did a vote and people wanted the One Piece cards. So we opened my third ever box of One Piece. It's called Royal Blood. That one apparently has an insanely high value hit of Trafalgar Law, like a manga version card. We opened 4 packs and we saw some cool cards, but no hits. The cards look great. Love the sets. Really, I love the One Piece cards. By the way, the One Piece cards are made by the same company who make the Dragon Ball cards. So they look very similar. I love them, but we didn't get any hits this time, okay? But 2 streams, well supported. People liked them both. So Super Mario Sunshine will continue later in the week, and so will Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, okay? Good stuff and a great return. What's going on tomorrow? It's another exciting day. We are going to do a DSP morning show in the morning. Then it's going to be Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, where I focus solely on story advancement so that we can hopefully get done with this game soon. Probably within a week. I'd like to do maybe 2-3 streams of just story and see if we can get near the end of the game. Okay? And DSP tries it. Taco Bell. First of all, they have a new taco featuring like a tahini spice, I think it's called. I don't know. I've never had tahini before. I don't know what it tastes like. But I'm going to try one of these items that has it. And I'm going to buy a bunch of classic menu items just off the menu, things that I've eaten over the years, to taste them honestly and tell you what I think of them in a then versus now challenge. Is Taco Bell worth going to in 2026 compared to when it used to be? What did it used to be known for? What did you go there for versus today? I'm going to rate value, flavor, quality, everything. Okay, pricing, everything. So it's going to be a great episode of DSP Tries It. Hopefully you'll check it out tomorrow. Tomorrow night, the continuation of Final Fantasy VI. The game's going to go crazy. We're actually going to head into the second half of the game called The World of Ruin. The entire game flips on its head, and it changes up the formula entirely. If you've enjoyed the game up to this point, you're really going to like tomorrow night's stream. Hopefully we'll get good support. We'll see maybe more One Piece. Maybe we'll crack open the Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe we'll do more Pokemon. Who knows, right? But I'm excited for it regardless. No matter what we do, it's going to be a great day here on DSP Gaming. Okay? Everyone, I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you all in the morning. Peace out.